Hi there, I'm Tom, and welcome back to my 2025 Medium Espresso edition of the Burrnament, where we get 16 different grinders slash burr sets and we put them up against each other on a head-to-head match format, a bit like you'd see in a tennis tournament where the two contestants in the first round, in this case a round of 16 grinders, go head-to-head against each other. Three baristas, three home prosumer baristas, blind taste testing, making notes on the log against 8 different characteristics in the cup and declaring which espresso they preferred, which one was the winner, flipping the cups over and seeing which grinder it came from. So complete blind taste testing with all other variables as much as humanly possible equalized. These were the 16 grinders we started with, and we whittled them down to 8 after the first 8 round matches. Let's put that into a format that's a little bit easier for you to read. Here are the original 16 and the quarterfinals. We've already done the first one, VS6 Supernova Flat versus the DF54, and the VS6 won that just by a nose, I might add. And today we're looking at the Option O Mizen going up against the giant, this Mazzer Super Jolly 033M with its classic Italian style burrs. So here we are at the semi-finals, awaiting the results of Option O Mizen versus Mazzer Super Jolly 033M. What I wanted to do with the quarterfinals is something a little bit special and actually have a look at the different characteristics that I really like about each of the two contestants. Now, today we don't have a grinder as such because the Option O Mizens, the Omni burrs as they're called, were put into a DF64V. But just a reminder, all the baristas you're using blind taste testing using our proprietary logs, logging 8 different characteristics, deciding on the winner, turning the cups over and seeing which espresso came from which grinder. Please do subscribe. Please do give me a shout out and share this with your caffeinated friends because that helps to grow the channel. 3 characteristics that I like about each contestant. Let's have a look at those. We've been doing this as a special feature for the quarterfinals. What I like about the Mizens is the fact that they're hybrid. The price is a very good value price, I believe. Fits and Turin DF64s, making them quite an affordable way to access a high-end burn. What I wish is one of the things that I also like about it, that it wasn't a hybrid. I think it's great that it's a hybrid because a lot of people like hybrids, so that's why it's under my I like this list, but it's also under my wish it wasn't a hybrid list because I think I just love to see Lagom come out with burrs that are super dedicated, not just the HU espresso burr. I'd like to see some other options in their espresso burr range as well. In addition to the HU, I think they'll do a stellar job of creating something that was ideal for a medium light or even a medium burr, where you want to get more of those bold chocolate flavors coming through in the espresso. Nevertheless, that's what it is. There are lots to like about the Option O burr. The Mazzer Super Jolly, now you can see I've had this one customized so that it's a single dose versus the cafe style you'd see with the massive hopper they come with. It's a beast, and it's one of the things I like about it is such a monster. I also like the fact that it's indestructible. The motor is so strong. I like the simplicity of it. There's no variable RPM. There's no fancy plasma generators or anything like that. It's just, this is a big, bold statement of a grinder when you're using it in a home environment. I wish there was less retention with it because even with a single dosing kit, the internals are simply not designed to be low retention. Not a biggie, not a killer in and of itself because the espresso that comes out of this thing is sublime. Let's have a look and see what the baristas thought of it. Number 1 was Stan, and Stan is our light roast aficionado, and not surprisingly to me, he chose the Mizen over the Super Jolly, so that's 1 for the Mizen. Barista number 2 was Christoph, and he chose the Mazzer. Super Jolly, better finish, and more clarity as well, which is a little bit of a surprise to me, but that's what he was tasting. And you'll see the characteristics. He rated flavor strength even, body even, acidity even, but more clarity from the Mazzer, more sweetness from the Mazzer. And so for Christoph, the Mazzer was a clear winner. The last one, it was Daniel, who also chose the Mazzer 033M. I've summarized all the results because Daniel didn't put a lot on his sheet, so I asked him about it and make a note on the summary sheet that I put together. Super Jolly 033M burr was the winner. Number 1, Stan, liked the extra brightness that came out of the Mizen. Christoph 033M, balanced and aftertaste was very much liked. And Daniel actually liked the extra body and the flavor strength that came out of the 033M. Now remember, as always, these things are contextual. And the context in this case was the beans we had, the roast level and the style of roast, and also the 3 baristas. But in this context, 2 thumbs up for the Mazzer Super Jolly and 1 thumb for the Option O Mizen, which, to be fair, is not really built for a medium espresso beam. So it did well to get through to the quarterfinals, but it will not be going any further. Let's have a look at our Burrnament draw sheet now. Mazzer Super Jolly 033M will be going up the VS, up against the VS Supernova Flat, and we'll see which one of those goes through to the final. In terms of the next match here, match 11 is going to be the SSP HU, or the High Uniformity Espresso Burr from SSP, versus the DF64V DFDLC Burr, or the Turin Burr. So that's what's happening. Tune in 3 or 4 days' time. I'll be releasing the SSP HU versus DF64V. Until then, enjoy your coffee and make sure you get over to Tom's Grinder Lab and download my espresso optimization and troubleshooting guide. Cheers.